Hello, guys. Welcome to our another stream. I think we are a little late to join today's session. Forgive me about that, just by a minute. So, welcome to our another stream. My name is Akash Malhotra, and I'll be your financial analyst for today's session. A very warm welcome to all of you. So today, I think we were trying our trading best on the different assets, and we will try to execute some trade. So, for all new traders, guys, welcome to the stream. For today, as you know, the name of the stream is live trading on the AXEL strategy. For today, we'll be doing some live trading. We'll try to understand the market. At the same time, I will be answering your questions. Make sure if you have any question, feel free to comment into the comment section. I'll make sure that I answer your question effectively well. Thank you very much for joining today's stream. We are waiting for some more clients to join today's stream. If you have any question that you want to ask me with regards to trading, may it be regarding any particular asset of your choice, if you feel like, in which way assets there are higher probabilities of profit, we will also be trying to discuss about that. Welcome to the stream. And yeah, the comment window is all open for you guys. If you have any question that you want to ask me, feel free to ask in the comment section. We have a very first comment, Mr. Santoshi. Good evening, sir. A very warm good evening to you, Santoshi. Welcome to our another stream. So guys, tell me, in terms of trading, how was your last week? And I wanted to also make sure that we are on the profitable side. To which trading strategy, because Olymptrade offers a wide variety of strategies in its own application. And here in the strategies column, you can see there are a lot of strategies which are available. You can use any of the trading strategies. So for all the guys, tell me in the comment section which is your favorite strategy, and according to the strategy, which trading strategy has given you the highest number of profitable trades. Is it the strategy which has been provided by Olymptrade, or is it you have created by custom this specific strategy? As you know, for today, I'm also willing to teach about the lot of market news which has been happening in the complete week. This week we have a lot of news events, and in the next week, I think today the PCB price index data was about to release. I forget to check about that. Let's just check the variation in the USD. I wanted to check USD JPY specifically because PC price index data was about to release. And did it impacted the market? It did. It did impact the market by a very huge downfall. Okay, that is one of the biggest downfall which has happened. And if you'll see exactly at 6 o'clock, there was this one data which was about to release at the 6 o'clock, and where we can see this there is this red candle appearing. That means there was a strong selling happened, and then the market is trying to recover. Let me check what was this data. Just a second, we are checking the data. Till the time, guys, you have all the tools to comment in the comment section. Let me know which trading strategy is good for you, and are you willing to learn about the the different dynamics that we will be learning for today. Welcome to the stream, all of you. Let's try to find some trading ideas in here. I have 3 to 4 sub accounts which I have created, and therefore we'll be taking some live trades for today. Mr. ABCD said good night, sir. I think in according to your GMT, probably it would be very late time. So good night to you too, sir. But yeah, since you have joined the session, let's enjoy the session. And if you have any questions regarding trading, I'm there to help you out. Guys, I for today's stream will be dedicated or completely divided into two half. As you all know, the very first half we usually talk about the financial market, the major economic news event, which has yielded us a good profitability in the longer run. Apart from that, we will be doing some live trading in the second half of the session. I believe today exactly, yeah. So I have the data. So PCE price index, which is an inflation tool, exactly released at 6 o'clock, and therefore with all currency you will see every currency associated with the USD, where USD will be considered as the primary currency, you will see there is a major fall in the price of asset. This is because of the PC price index data. Let me just confirm it once again. I will be checking the graph to a minute. And here you can see there is a sudden spike of the downtrend which has happened exactly at 6 o'clock. Right now the market is about to rise. Okay, let's do a thing. Let's take one trade. Okay, so what is the maximum value for that? We can take 5 hours. Okay, so 3 hours and 23 minutes. Let's go ahead with 3:23. And we'll be taking one trade of around $200. Yeah. I strongly believe USD JPY has a very strong probability of rising. Once we check the graph, and here we can see there is a candle which has been rising, and that is one reason why I have taken a trade on USD JPY specifically in upward direction. We were a little late to open up the trade, ignoring the fact that exactly at 6 o'clock the data will be releasing. So we will do another thing. We'll open another trade for buying. In case the market recovers, we will be able to recover some funds. Guys, let me tell you, the trades which I'm placing in my trading account are based on my trading ideas. I have been taking trades from last 16 years, and it's been 5 years that I'm working with Olymptrade as a financial analyst. So be very careful while copying my trades, because we know that in the fixed time trade mode, every single trade that you will try to copy my trades is been delayed by 30 seconds to a minute duration. And therefore, because of this, there's a possibility that trade can go for the toss. So be very careful about that. I have one very good news for you guys. So let's start with the market update. So here, if you watch very closely to the price of Brent, which we call it as crude oil. So crude oil has dropped to amazing level of $70 per barrel. Now, while okay, so here it would be difficult to show you in the portrait version. Let me show you in the fixed time trade mode. If you select the graph for a day, you will find out we have excellent support level at the price of 70 to $71 per barrel. Can you see this? This is the exact price which was acting as a previous support level. And if this support level is been broken, there is another support level back in the time. If you will see here, $68 per barrel. And there are very slim chances for the asset to reach this particular level. So if you want to test this one theory out, what I would suggest you or recommend you to go ahead in the demo account, place a trade to test the theory what I'm about to tell you, to go ahead in your demo account, select a trade in Brent, and you have to select on Brent with some sort of leverage. Now, I don't know whether how many of you are comfortable to take trades in Forex. So in Forex, we'll select the minimum value of leverage, that is 10x, and you can select any sum amount. Let's just say we took like around $4,000 and we take the trade in upward direction. What we have to do is we have to wait for like a week for that this Brent price has to rise. So the sudden fall in the price of Brent has been happened because of the lesser economic event activity which is happening on the US side. That is one of the reason why the value of your Brent has been continuously decreasing. Now we have another potential entry on USD JPY. If you look into the price of USD JPY, USD JPY have a very strong buying point at the price of 140. Back in the time, it was able to reach 140 level, and as soon as it reached this level, a lot of people started buying this position. So 140 level will act as a very good level of support. Now, if we see for today, in terms of trading analytics, I strongly still believe that USD JPY has a strong probability of rising. In case again you want to check that one out, you can select the moderate set of multiplier of around 100 or lesser than that, and then put a buying position in here. This is just for the analysis purpose that we are doing, guys. So yeah, we have a couple of two things that we have to take care of. First of all, the value of USD JPY has been decreased to 142 level. There is a possibility that it can rise from 140 to 141, a very strong buying price for 140. Apart from that, we also have a very good opportunity on Brent. And as you all know, guys, in the last conversation, in the last stream, I talked about the value of Bitcoin. Now, if you'll see the value of Bitcoin, It's amazingly rising. So if you look into the price of Bitcoin, so the value of Bitcoin reached to the ultimate level of 65,000. This is one of the best levels. And this is what really happened. So the value of Bitcoin started rising. What we did in the last week, we took the trade on this idea and we hold the position on that. If I'll show you my trading history, you will see around on Brent, uh, I think somewhere here on Bitcoin. Yeah, here. If you see this Bitcoin trade of mine, I bought it at a very low price and I sell it, and I was able to make like around $455. Can you see this? It's $455 profit is what I have made on that. So yeah, this trading idea worked out in our favor. So that is the basic idea behind trading. We try to maximize our probability of profit based on the different market analytics. Some of the clients are saying, Mr. Funistic, wow. So thank you, Mr. ABC says, sir, trading start कीजिए now. Sir, we will start trading very soon. What I'm trying to do is for today's session, we basically go ahead with analysis in the both the firm, fixed time trade and forex mode, so that we can manage the dynamics between fixed time trade and forex trade. It's very good to see you, Mr. Abhilash. Hi, Akash, sir. Good to see you after a long time. Thank you. You're welcome, sir. Welcome to the stream. So, Mr. Abhilash has been my client from a very long time. It's a very good trader. And yeah, welcome, sir. I'm very happy to see you into the live stream. So yeah, for today, guys, we will be taking some live trades on some of the strategy that you can see in my screen. And there was the for today, I was actually testing one theory out on fixed time trade. And what I did is we try to I was working on one of the strategy, and this is my statistics for today. I think around 58% accuracy is what we are able to make for this today. So yeah, overall I say decent results has been there. Mr. V Rise Together said, "Hello, sir. Welcome to the stream, sir. Welcome, Mr. Unknown Company. Is it Olymptrade? Yes, sir. It's Olymptrade, sir. We will rise together, sir. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much, sir. So, what we did, so for USD JPY tumbled down very strongly into the bearish sentiments, and I still believe that it has a higher potential to rise. It may rise for a day or in a day, a couple of days, or it may take some time, but it has a very strong probability of rising, and that is what we want to capitalize on. So the very first thing that I was wondering about, the sudden drop in the price of asset is huge. It's huge. If you'll see, the price was standing near 146, then dropped down to level of 142. It has a possibility to rise from 142 to 141. So that is what we are trying to do. We have one comment which is saying, "Sir, screen bada kijiye na." Sir, unfortunately, the version that you are seeing, it's a portrait version. Portrait version is a version on which we basically compress the size of screen, so that majority of the traders are mobile traders, and therefore we fit the screen in a way that nobody will feel like, majority of the profitability has been only made on the desktop mode. No, you can actually make money on to the mobile screen as well. Okay. All right. So we have another comment. Mr. Funholic said 1 minute strategy samjhao. Sir, let me be very honest with you. 1 minute trading is something I consider as a very risky. If you look into my trade history, majority of the trades I usually go ahead with 1 minute or little higher than that. It also depends upon the value of strategy that we select. And if you'll see, not every single trade of mine would be profitable, but majority of the trades that I took in my trading account are on the profitable front. It depends upon the value of indicators and oscillator that you have selected at that moment. So it basically can work out well for you. So I'm very happy, first of all, that you are asking this question into the comment section. I'm very overwhelmed by your response, guys. Thank you very much for being staying ahead live with me. So let's begin our conversation, right? So as you know, for today, we'll be working up with one of the easiest trading strategy. We call it as AXEL trading strategy. I was trying to work up with the dynamics, how to work with this strategy up. What we'll do, we will be doing some live trading. At the same time, we'll be using some sort of indicators and oscillator. At the same time, we'll be also using trend line to draw the pattern and find out the weak points based on that. Okay, just give me a second. I think my screen is not responding the way it has to be. Let me just refresh my screen. Okay, so one, two, we have one support level in here, one trend line can drawn be here. I do not have any risk-free trades. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, so what we are doing, we are trying to capitalize on the candlestick formation movement. I wanted to see whether it is a strong downtrend or not. So we have one support level here. Let me just draw a support line, horizontal line in here. Okay, isn't it showing right now? Okay. Somehow the possibility of drying is been decreased. Just a second, please. Okay. So the trend is very strong. We have one support level in here. Do we have any other support level at this moment? Since the trend is very strong downward, I think it can take the support level from this point. Anyway, so we'll try to find out some signals. As of now, we have one support line in here, but the trend is very strong in downward direction. What we'll do, we'll take the trade of around $5, and that too will do it for around 3 minutes in downward direction. I'll tell you why I did what I did, guys. Okay, so as you can know, the name of the stream is, let's go ahead with. Okay, so Mr. Avilaji said, sir, $410 profit on PC impact, sir. Very happy. I'm very happy for you, Mr. Abhilash. In fact, the PC price index data was something that we were expecting from the market, so it was amazing. मिस्टर एबीसीडी सर हिंदी में भी बोल दिया कीजिए सर अनफॉर्चुनेटली टुडे स्ट्रीम विल बी हेल्ड इनटू द इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज बिकॉज टू cater the demands of the global audience, and therefore today's stream will be conducted only in the English language. In case you are willing for the stream which will be conducted in Hindi language, you can watch the stream with on Thursday, and that too on Tuesday as well. There are a lot of analysts of ours which are streaming altogetherly, and you can benefit from that. Mr. Deepak ji said, सर मैं तो आवरली चार्ट को एनालिसिस करता ट्रेड ओपन करता हूँ पर लास्ट 2-3 मिनट्स में ट्रेड लॉस हो रहा है लगातार. दीपक जी, द चांसेस ऑफ गेटिंग द ट्रेड नेगेटिव एट द वेरी लास्ट सेकंड इज वेरी स्लिम व्हेन you have the higher accuracy. Okay, higher accuracy means that means higher time duration. So suppose if you look into the my trade history here, you will find out some of the trades I have taken on 7 or 8 minutes duration. So the difference between the opening and closing is huge, right? If you'll see, it's not happening in the last second or so. So the higher the time duration that you select, the lesser the chances for the market to move in the opposite direction the last second or so. So yeah, this is also the part of trading, guys. Okay. So let's continue our conversation. We happen to have one another trade. So this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to analyze the trend, and based on that, I'm trying to open up the trade. I wanted to know this. If it is a reversal, then there is a possibility. Let's go ahead with the trend. Okay, so we took the trade with the trend. This is the resistance level. When the value of resistance tried to breach for the very first time, then the candle reversed its position at this very same moment. So there was a higher chances for the candle to move in upward direction, and that is the reason why we took the trade in upward direction. I am also willing to check my trade on USD JPY. Okay, it's seemingly on the profitable side. As I told you guys, there is a high chances for USD JPY to rise, but we never very sure that at what time it will start rising. But we bet on that part, and it is working out in our favor. So yeah, so the trade has been executed at the very beginning of the stream for some of the clients who have seen my trade. Okay. So guys, let's start our today's stream. There are a lot of comments of yours. I'm very happy with your comments. Thank you very much for being very honest into the comment session. We rise together, sir. What's your analysis for 5 to 10 minutes trade? Please tell me, sir. It depends upon the strategy that you select. If you want to go ahead with the higher volume, So then you have to work out with the strategy. First of all, you have to think about which trading strategy that you will be applying, which can benefit you at that very moment. Okay. So as you know, guys, for today, we the name of the strategy that we'll be working out for is the Excel's trading strategy. Now, this trading strategy, it doesn't really matter if you do have an access to this strategy or not. I'll tell you how to manually craft this trading strategy using different set of indicators and oscillators. What you have to do, you have to click on this A symbol. For all the traders who are using mobile versions, you click on this A symbol. Then we have to go on to the part where the strategy column is available. Please do not worry if you do not have access to this trading strategy. I'll teach you manually how this trading strategy will work. We click on the strategy column, we scroll it down, and here you will see AXEL strategy. It's one of the easiest trading strategy to use. It uses momentum oscillator altogether. We click on this AXEL strategy, click on the enable strategy option. The strategy will be enabled automatically. For in case you if you don't know how this trading strategy works, there is a one separate video which has been created by our product team, so you can use it for your benefit. Let me enable the strategy, and once I have enabled it, you will see the entire strategy has been showing it to us. Everything has been applied automatically. There is just one simple oscillator, and this the name of the oscillator is momentum oscillator. For all those traders who do not have access to AXEL strategy, what you can either do, you can go ahead on A symbol, and here can you see this is an oscillator, right? Momentum oscillator. You can add more tools, go to oscillator and select momentum oscillator. Once you select momentum oscillator, the strategy will be applied automatically. There is nothing change that we are doing for the time being. All right. So once the strategy has been applied, is it in the profitable side? It looks on the profitable side. Let's wait for the trade to close it on the profitable front. Let's look at the last trade that we have taken. I think we have taken two trades, out of which the $5 trade was something that we have taken for 3 minutes duration. We anticipated the market to move into the downward direction, but rather than going into the downward direction, then started recovering. Okay, and then we have another trade which we taken on Mooch index, and as soon as our trade became profitable, then the market started coming down. It's completely fine with that. So here in this trading side, let's get back to the strategy. Now, in this strategy, what you will see is this momentum oscillator, right? This golden line, there is a blue line. So the difference between the golden line and blue line. So there are three ways to take trades this strategy. You have particular percentage level. So 100 level, 100.02, 100 is the base line, which you can see the central line here, this central line, and the third one is 99 point some percentage margin is there. So how to define this? So now momentum oscillator basically tells us the trend. Now for the shorter time duration trades, let me tell you that whenever this golden line crosses this central line from bottom to top, and at the very moment if we see a green candle, this is I'm talking about the AXEL strategy. When this golden line crosses the central line that is of 100 from bottom to top, and at the very moment if there is a green candle formation, we take the trade in upward direction, but we have to check whether there is a green candle formation happened or not. So let's try to find some signals, and at the same time I'll be using some trend analysis to maximize our profitability. Okay, so there is no such level. So here what you can see, okay, so let's take a trade in upward direction. So there are a couple of ways to take trades using the strategy. So the first of all, the very first thing that you have to understand, the central line is about to cross this 100 line, right? And at the same time, the blue line is crossing this golden line from bottom to top, which basically yielded us that we should be taking a trade in upward direction. This is another way. So the second way of taking trades on the strategy is when the blue line crosses this golden line from top to bottom, there we can open up a trade in downward direction. And if this blue line crosses this golden line from bottom to top, at the very moment we can take the trade in upward direction. Be very careful that sometimes if these blue line comes very close to this line, that means this is not a very good signal to take the trade on. Let's try to find some signals in here, guys. Let me know in the comment section if you find any signal. So this line is about to cross. I think what's the situation here? We have the support level. Okay, this is very close to the resistance level. So this is the riskiest trade that we have taken, because whenever candle reach at a particular level of resistance, and even though the strategy has been giving you or signing you that there is a high probability for market to rise, we avoid taking trades in the circumstances like this. Okay, since we have given 2 minutes, let's wait for the asset to settle down. We'll try to, if the trade goes for the toss, there is nothing to worry about. We'll try to recover the amount by choosing the exact time which has been recorded. So this is very close. We have given 2 minutes. The central line, if this yellow line crosses 100 line, that means there is a high probability for market to rise, and this is what we are expecting. So the time duration, what I'm doing, we call it as 1 is to 3 by 2 by 3 formation. That means if you watch the candle for a minute duration, your trading time should be double or triple of the existing time. If we watch the graph for a minute duration, our closing time should be double or triple. That means if I'm selecting the graph for a minute, my trading time should be 2 to 3 minutes. So as you all know, when this golden line is close to 100 line, or when it is about to cross, and if you find out there's a green candle happening, and at the very instant, if you'll see, this blue line was also crossing this golden line from bottom to top. This was the reason why we took the trade in upward direction, for the upward direction. And be very careful, guys. Whenever you are taking trade on index heavily depends upon index heavily depends upon support and resistance level. So we have to be very careful while taking the trade on index. And yeah, doji candle pattern is something that I would never suggest my client to take the trade on, because doji candles are considered as the riskiest candle, and they can go for the toss at any particular period of time. My screen is freezing for the time bit. Okay, let me just check. Okay, so Euro Composite Index is decreasing amazingly. All right. Let's do ahead. So this is unfortunately we are little late to open up the trade on this. I wish we could have opened an earlier trade. So we call this approach as with the trend approach. If you'll see, if there is a lot of a series of red candle happening, and in that moment we took the trade with the trend. We call it as with the trend approach, guys. If the trend is falling downward direction, and therefore we took the trade in downward direction. Let's wait. Let's take some more trades. I'm looking out for a good signal based on the strategy. So, guys, let me tell you once again, the name of the strategy is AXEL strategy, which has been based on the momentum indicator. Do we have a support level here? This level act as a very good level of support. Okay, nice. This golden line has been decreased to the maximum value, and it is started increasing. So we could be taking a trade on this in upward direction, but let's just wait for it. Let's just wait for it. I'm waiting for a perfect moment to happen right now. So this trend line is downward. Okay, so golden line is crossing this line. Let's take a trade in downward direction. So here, if you'll see, the golden line is bending in downward direction. At the same time, the blue line is crossing this golden line from top to bottom. And that is another reason why we took the trade in downward direction. But be very careful while taking the trade near the support and resistance level. They can sometimes be very tricky to understand and very tricky to analyze as well. Okay, so the market started moving from the very point we have taken the trade. Very tricky. Okay, let's wait. I think a couple of trades which we have taken here of $10 were on the non-profitable side, but then we recovered the amount using this Europe Composite Index. As I told you, when the trend usually follows downward direction, we take the trade with the trend. And that is the reason why we took it. If you don't find the signal at all in the minute duration, we'll switch the graph to 5 minutes duration, and then based on that, we'll try to find out the signal. I think I haven't read your comments. Just a second. We rise together. Time duration of trade. Sir, as I told you, the time duration of the trade heavily based on the time duration on which you are watching the candle. So suppose, okay, so let me just tell you once again how this trading strategy works. So you will see this 100 line, which is a central line. If this golden line crosses this 100 line from bottom to top, and at the same moment, if you'll see there is a green candle formation, in that moment, we take the trade with the trend. And here the trend is in upward direction. Upward direction. I'm looking out for some good trades based on the AXEL strategy. So golden line hasn't been increasing yet, and this blue line is also not crossing. So while taking the trade, we also need to understand that this momentum line, which we call it as a very volatile line, whenever it crosses it from bottom to top or top to bottom, we have to see that there should be a enough difference between them. The distance between these two lines, the higher the distance it is, the higher the chances for us to be on the profitable front. Okay. So green and red line cross were happening for 5 minutes duration. I wanted to check, do we have any support level here? We have a very good level of support in this price level. I think I have used all of my risk-free trades extensively. And here in a minute duration, it is crossing. So let's go ahead and take the trade in upward direction. I'm just hopeful for the market to rise. So what really happened? The golden line decreased, but here the blue line is crossing this golden line from bottom to top. And we'll switch the graph to 5 minutes duration to have it in the clarity perspective. We have to check it with little clarity here. So can we draw a trend line here? We have one support line here. This is another support. Okay. Let's look into the trade. This is profitable. This trade unfortunately went for the toss. So as you can see, no trading strategy can be 100% accurate. Our analysis is what makes our trade on the profitable side, guys. For my graph is lagging like anything. Let me just take a trade with $5 because sometimes whenever I'm seeing the signal, so here the trade was taken on the trend analysis. Let me draw a trend line here. Drawing trend line. So it's not giving me an option to draw the trend line. I wanted to show you how I am able to analyze this. Okay, let's try to find some more signal. Guys, let me know in the comment section, are you finding this trading strategy difficult? For all the new traders, the name of the strategy is AXEL strategy. Now, in case you do not have access to this trading strategy, is completely fine. What you can do, you can go ahead on the oscillator section, right? And then click on one of the oscillator and which we call it as momentum oscillator here. You click on the momentum oscillator. As soon as you click on the momentum oscillator, the strategy will be visible automatically here. Okay, I think we do not have money signals yet, and my graph is freezing as well. Let me just refresh it for a bit, guys. Just a second, please. Okay, now it is smoother. So, resistance line in here. I think we can draw a trend line and for 2 minutes duration, we'll take the trend in downward direction. So there is a resistance line, which you can see this, and 1, 2, 3 trend line is happening over like this. At the same time, we see the golden line has been crossed over by the blue line, and that is the reason why we took the trade in downward direction. Guys, in case the trade becomes non-profitable, I will be switching to the martingale approach. You probably all know, guys, when martingale approach we go ahead with increasing the trading value based on the techniques that we use. Not every single trade will be going ahead on the profitable front, but if we select the martingale approach precisely well, then there is a possibility for the trade to be on the profitable side. So I wish, so I wanted to draw this line for you to show you how it works, but it is in this situation, it is not helping me out in any way to draw. So what I did, so here there was what you can see, there is a resistance line, and at the same time, 1, 2, 3, this trend line can be drawn, and at this moment, the we expected market to fall, and that is the reason why we took the trade in downward direction. So we're watching the graph for a minute duration, and then we are trying to vary the time based accordingly. So let's wait for the trade to settle down. What do you think, guys? Let me know in the comment section of this trade whether this trade will go for the positive front or not. If you have back to back three non profitable trades, guys, remember to take the break. So, the reason why we took the trade here in downward direction, there is a resistance line, right? And here, 1, 2, 3 levels can be touching this price at the level, exact level, and then it turns out to be profitable. So, in the last three trades which we have taken, these trade went for the toss. It's $120 and $125. So this entire amount was recovered using this single trade in which we use the trend analysis. And again, based on the strategy. So this trading strategy for all the new traders, guys, remember when the golden line crosses the central line, that is 100 line, we take the trade in upward direction. And if the golden line crosses this line from top to bottom, we take the trade in downward direction. So the momentum oscillator here basically shows variation in the price of asset. If it went way below, that means one way or another it will rise at one particular time. Okay, let's find some more trades. Guys, if you like today's session, hit the like button. We are trying very hard and we always try to help our client to the best possible extent by giving them the best trading ideas possible from our end. So your appreciation, because we are starting from the beginning. This is an initiative taken by Olymptrade to help as many clients as possible to by giving them some sort of good trading advice and where you can ask this conversation. The reason why I do what I do is I love trading first of all, but at the same time I want to reach as many people possible to tell them that trading is not difficult once you know how trading really works, and there you can find your way out and maximize your profit. I do take trades with the smaller amount in fixed time trade. However, if I want to switch to the higher amount, I usually go ahead on Forex. On Forex, you can see I usually do trade take trades, and majority of the time I do believe I am on the profitable side. So yeah, because basically in Forex, okay, so I want to show you one of my trade. So there is this one trade I was expecting for the market to rise, and here on the Litecoin, I have opened the trade of around $100. And if you'll see, I opened it on 5th of August. 5th of August. And right now it is 27th of October. So for this many time, we are holding a position on this. Isn't it the biggest time? So 1.5 month has been passed by and our trade is still alive. Mr. IPL ji said Hindi mein. Sir, unfortunately, I would love to speak in Hindi, but today's stream will be conducted on in the English language because it is for the global audience. If you're looking for the specific stream in your local language, you can subscribe to this channel. There are a lot of streams which are taking almost every day. My colleagues are taking this stream almost every day. So let's wait and find out the signal. Now, in order to find out the signal, we will look out for the rise in the golden line. At the same time we need this crossover happening. So this crossover not happening, we'll skip it. when the blue line crosses, okay, we have a resistance line in here. Okay, we have a support line here. Forgive me about that. So we have a support line in here, and every time when you look into the index usually happens to stay at that price level for a very long time. We are taking a trade on 1 minute duration. Let's find the signal on 5 minutes duration. I think on 5 minutes duration, the line is showing us a downtrend, but it hasn't happened yet because here is the support level we may see. Let's take the trade with around $5. So if the golden line will cross this, we'll select like around 12 minutes in downward direction. So why we did? Because here the golden line hasn't crossed it yet. But on the safer side, we extended the trading duration to around 12 minutes so that the trade will settle itself down and it usually keeps on moving into the downward direction. But there is a very strong level of supports. I anticipate from the market like around 6 to 7 minutes, it can go into the downward direction. But since there are two candles, red candles forming, so it will stop for a bit and then it will work. How about BTC? Can you please check? So the value of Bitcoin has been raised amazingly. And this is what we predicted in last couple of weeks. I told all my clients to buy Bitcoin because Bitcoin has a higher probability of rising. And it is indeed rising, guys. Bitcoin is one of the asset which has higher probability. So back in the time, the Bitcoin value went to around, I think couple of times it happened. The first time it went to around $50,000 for $48,000, $49,000. And then again, it went to the bearish sentiments for around $52,000. These were the excellent moments. Not only people bought it, but on the very first drop, have you heard about this news? So there is this big organization, we call it as BlackRock Corporation. Once the Bitcoin hit around 49, they bought in thousands of dollars, millions of dollars. They put invested in Bitcoin. Say they bought Bitcoin at this moment. And that is where the market started rising. It has to rise, guys. Bitcoin, it is absolutely Bitcoin. So it has to rise. In the last week, we also predicted the value of gold will keep on rising. And if you look into the price of gold now, it's been all time high. It's been all time high. Can you see this? This is what we predicted 1 year back. I told all my clients to buy Bitcoin, buy gold and Bitcoin, because the value of gold will be keep on rising, because Fed will be increasing the interest rate, and till the end of this year, gold still has a very strong probability of rising. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section if you like today's stream. Hit the like button, share with your friends, and let me know how you felt about today's stream. I always fascinated my clients to be on the profitable side, and I strongly believe that we will be able to make a good amount of money with the duration of the time. I think on fixed time, I was working for an asset and I was checking whether I have on which asset I have taken the trade. On Asia Composite Index, we predicted the price will go down. We have given enough time for the asset to settle down. Around 12 minutes is what we have given, and the trade is showing us on the profitable front. It is showing us around 8 minutes are remaining. We'll wait for the time. Let me switch back to my trading account here. So it is reaching, but right now the momentum oscillator, the blue line is pointing us in upward direction. So the correction can happen anytime soon. But since we have given enough time for the asset to settle down, we'll wait for it, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me your questions. Mr. IPL Raj said trading time. So trading time basically depends upon the candle viewing time. So suppose if you are watching the graph for a 1 minute duration, your trading time should be 2 to 3 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes. If you are watching the graph for 5 minutes duration, our trading time should be 10 to 15 minutes. That is ideally, but you can go ahead with I think 8 to 15 minutes. That would be a reasonable time duration on which one should take the trade. If you have any more questions that you want to ask me, feel free to ask me. I'm still here, guys. Okay, let's try to find some signals on Asia Composite Index. It is rising. Do we have a trend line? Yes, we have a trend line. Okay, let me just buy it. So one, two, three, four. So if we try to join these lines, there is a higher probability for market to rise. In case it didn't, I will increase the expiration time just in case if the trade goes for the toss. I have one trade that will recover entire losses of mine. So yeah. Okay, so the thing that we have done here is the wrong trade because I haven't checked that. So golden line is crossing this 100 line from top to bottom. But this trade has been taken on the trend analysis and we'll look out whether the strategy wins or the trend analysis wins. Okay, so I think 2 minutes are still remaining for the trade to settle down. We'll wait for the time and see whether the trade will be for us on the profitable side or not. So I use a hedging method. If I open $10 trade and if I'm not very sure that this position is a weaker position, I open another trade with the little higher time duration so that if one of the trade goes for the toss, then the second trade will be able to recover the losses which will be made by using the $10. Let's switch to some more signals. Guys, let me know in the comment section in which asset are you finding signals. I would love to take the trade uh, the way that you want me to. Okay, so no crossover happening here. The golden line is still not been crossing, so we'll skip this asset. We'll change to another one. Oh, so golden line crossover is about to happen. Let's take the trade for a couple of minutes. So the golden line has been crossing this 100 line from top to bottom, and that is the reason why we took. But it is very close to the support level. Uh, 1 minute trade could have been better because it's very close to the support level. Always remember, guys, whenever candle hovers near the support or resistance level, we have to take a very strong closer look on that. We do not want our trade to be losing on the losing front. So I think 1 minute's duration could have been more than enough. But once it is come close to the support level, there is a possibility for the green candle to appear from this point. So I'm keeping a very closer look on the price right now. Okay, so three trades are on the profitable. $10 trade was negative. USD JPY, it's very close to this level, and I again strongly believe that USD JPY price should be rising, but market never really behaves the way that you anticipate it to be. It usually forms the way it has to. So we are waiting for it, but still believe that in 3.5 hours it will keep around 2 hours and 40 minutes are remaining for the trade to close. Mr. IPL Ra said compounding. Sir, let me know what do you have question regarding compounding? Compounding what? Compounding wealth. What do you want to compound? If you can clarify your questions, I will be happy to answer, sir. Okay, let's try to find some more signals in here. I'm watching out signals. So I think of one of the trade, $10 trade went for the toss. Then we recovered the amount using $20 trade. Then $20 trade. Exactly, it went not profit, no profit, no loss. It just closed on the same price. So that too happens. Okay, composite index is falling in downward direction, which is a good sign. I think there is this another trade which we have taken here for 5 minutes duration, and we anticipated. So the golden line was about to cross this 100 line from top to bottom, and I think we are on the right side of the trade. Around 2.5 minutes are remaining for the trade to close. We'll wait for it to happen. Let's find some more signals. Okay, let's wait for the trade to close. Around 2.5 minutes are remaining. So let's skip it. Let's find till the point we'll switch to again the trading idea here and we'll try to find some more signals. So on 5 minutes duration, this is decreasing and this is increasing. Whereas the decreasing side, it is showing us the resistance. So let's take the trade based on the resistance. If you'll see the golden line is decreasing, that means the strength for the bullish market is been decreasing. So let's wait for it. I think we'll do around 6 to 7 minutes. $80 is what we'll be taking. This is based utterly based on the resistance level. So we selected the graph for 5 minutes duration. We given the expiration time for around 7 minutes. Um, what I'll do, I'll hedge my position on this. Guys, remember the trades that I'm taking on my trading account are based on my trading experience. My trade can also go for the toss. So remember, for today's session, we are just trying to learn. So the golden line has been decreasing. It hasn't crossed the 100 line yet, but we have given enough time for the asset to settle down. Till the point, we let's look into the last trade for the Asia Composite Index, which we have taken. Where it is here. I think it will close on the profitable front. I don't really expect the market to move in the last second opposite of our trade, but yeah, it is what it is. Let's wait for it. Okay, so no more signals in here. I think how much minutes are remaining? Let's wait for Asia Composite Index to close. Around 30 seconds is what I believe is remaining for the trade to close. Do we have any signal here? Not really. Let's wait. Okay, finally the trade has been on the profitable front. Okay, let's find some more trades. Guys, let me know in the comment section how do you feel about today's session. If you have any question that you want to ask me, feel free to ask me. My objective always has been to guide our clients to the best possible extent. So for all the new traders, the name of the strategy is momentum strategy, which has been based on the AXEL. The name of the strategy is AXEL, and it is based on the momentum indicator. So here you have to apply the momentum indicator. Now, in order to work with the strategy, remember this: whenever the golden line crosses this 100 line, it is a sign for an uptrend. And whenever the golden line crosses the central line from top to bottom, it is a sign for a downtrend. That is how easily it usually goes. Okay, let's find some more signals. I have another monitor setup with me, and I'm anticipating a good variation from the market. Do we have a signal in here? It's an uptrend. Okay, so the golden line is about to cross, whereas this blue line is crossing from top to bottom. So we have to wait right now because the candle is red. This one is pointing in upward direction. What we are awaiting for the crossover and the red candle to appear. So let's wait. So what I did on my dual monitor setup, I was watching crypto composite index very closely, and we are anticipating some moments. Do we have signal in here? For 5 minutes duration showing us downtrend. Yeah, it's a continuous downtrend happening. Let's go ahead with the 5 minutes once again. Okay, no signal in here. Okay, so let's find some good signals. I'm not able to find some good signals for the time being. So the crossover of top to bottom, this is a good signal. Let's go ahead. We are watching the graph for 5 minutes duration. The crossover is happening from bottom to top. We'll select the time duration of around $160 in upward direction. Let's wait for the candle to settle down. The amount on the stake is on the higher side. Forgive me about that. I am able to take the risk, that much amount of risk for the time being. But yeah, sometimes when you select a very small time frame, no, at that moment the market can vary very dramatically. I mean, we can expect the market to work in our favor, but sometimes it really don't. So what I did, I was looking onto the crypto composite index. There was this one trade while observing the 5 minutes graph. We anticipated the market to move into the downward direction. But then there is another trade which I have opened with around 640. And yeah, so that was the risk we have taken. Okay, so the reason for taking the trade, if you look into the 5 minutes graph, the crossover from bottom to top happened. And in this moment, actually, the crossover was happened from top to bottom, but then there is couple of candles formed in upward direction. So even if $180 trade goes for the toss, but we still will be on the profitable side. I think we today we were able to manage our profitability. I think close to 200 or $300. Let's look into the statistics that we are having. So $80 trade seems to be negative. I think this trade basically recovered whatever the losses that we had in the previous trades. $320 was a big loss, but then this trade, but I still strongly believe that the USD JPY will rise. I think when we switched the graph to 30 minutes duration, it was close to the support level. Since we have given the highest amount of time for the shorter duration, and that it might work in our favor, but we'll see about that. I wanted to check Asia Composite Index first because this is the trade that we have taken. Okay, I just hope that it don't go for the toss in the last second. Um, let's wait for it. I think our analysis was when the golden line was decreasing and this blue line crossed it from the bottom to top. So the time duration that we have given was around, I think, 8 minutes. Yeah. So guys, today was the stream. Today is the stream, and I think we close our trading day on the profitable side for today. We were happily observing the market closely, and for today we are on the profitable side. I think, yeah, close to the profitable side. So thank you very much for joining today's stream. So 1 hour went by like anything. It was lovely to meet you, and I wish you all the best in your upcoming trading days. I hope you to keep on making profit and keep on gaining knowledge. Thank you very much for joining today's webinar. My name is Akash Malhotra, and I'll be signing off for today. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.